Mr. Lakshman Pereira and members of the CIO Forum Committee, CEOs, my central bank colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first say it's a great pleasure to be here with you, but I always come to these fora of technology-related events with a great deal of trepidation. I told my elder son last night that I would be speaking at the CIO Forum, and he found that very amusing because I am seriously technologically challenged. But fortunately, I have good colleagues in the central bank who arm me with serious points that I can make at a forum like this. So as I said, first of all, it's a great honor for me to be here. And W. Brian Arthur, a former Stanford economist, in his book, The Nature of Technology, noted with the coming of the Industrial Revolution, roughly from the 1760s, when Watt's steam engine appeared, through around 1850 and beyond, the economy developed a muscular system in the form of machine power. Now, it is developing a neural system. The pace of technological change is increasing at an exponential rate. Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, has written a book on the fourth industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution, as I said, was the steam engine, which Watt invented. Then the second industrial revolution came with electricity and its miniaturization with the battery. The third industrial revolution is associated with the microchip and digitalization. And now we have robotics, we have artificial intelligence, we have 3D printing, we have the Internet of Things. The pace of change, as I said, is accelerating exponentially. Now, as we all know, in recent decades, automation has transformed manufacturing. But the fourth industrial revolution is transforming the services sector. Today, I think there are hotel receptions in Japan which are entirely, I don't know whether manned is the right word, but it's manned by robots. So the services sector, which has been the source of employment generation in recent decades, is also now being subject to automation. So whether we like it or not, more technological change is coming our way very fast. And the possible list of the next big things is growing longer by the day. And the financial services sector is no exception to this trend. Fintech is in the process of changing banking beyond recognition. As your chairman said, the day of the bricks and mortar branch are clearly numbered. All of us need to recognize this and embrace the inevitable change. Failure to do so will affect not only the competitiveness of individual institutions, but the economy as a whole. Technology is already driving down cost structures. The pace of change is going to accelerate. The CIOs, all of you in this room, are going to be at the front line of managing this change in a way that the new disruptive technology does not undermine individual institution, nor does it threaten the stability of the financial system as a whole. Today, bank CIOs must have a thorough understanding of the old world of legacy systems and data centers while driving innovation within their institutions. CIOs will need to find out how to unwind layers of legacy systems and infrastructure to reduce costs, leverage internal data for new revenue-generating applications, and provide the agility to scale technology services up or down based on business demand. In this modern world, IT plays an immense role in our daily lives. As a country, technology allows us to increase our economic output through optimization of time and opportunities. Now, digitalization is the common thread running through many of the new technology innovations. These innovations are also potentially disruptive. Through digitalization, information can be converted to a form that can be processed, communicated, and stored in machines. It has reduced the cost of discovering, transacting, and sharing information. Cloud technology, big data analytics, and the Internet of Things. It's transforming the way we live our lives as we speak. Implementation of these technologies is also revolutionizing the banking and finance industry. The key person involved in this revolution is clearly the CIO. It is becoming increasingly important as organizations are fast recognizing the need to adopt new technologies in order to maintain competitiveness. In today's context, where banks are increasingly focusing on the digital mode of transactions, equal attention needs to be paid to information security. In banking, the compelling requirements for delivery of more personalized customer experiences through digital innovations also continuously introduce new threats. The downside needs to be managed as vigilantly as the upside. Recent incidents related to cybersecurity, which have occurred in the domestic financial system, remind us that they can disrupt business, cost a lot of money, and destroy reputations. And indeed, if the information security structure is weak, the potential for damage is great. The reality is that information security is no longer a mere IT matter. It is an operational concern and it is a business concern. CIOs have the responsibility to ensure that information security is embedded in the overall integrated risk management framework of a financial institution. Our globalized world, with its continuous race to compete, as a country in this globalized world, with its continuous race to compete, as a country, Sri Lanka should stay focused and keep abreast of the latest technologies the world has to offer. Innovation and localization in applying these technologies are the key to success. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka, being the regulator, is also required to play a forward-looking role in aiding the adoption of technology. It has to take regulatory measures to minimize technology risks, as well as to ensure economic and price stability and financial system stability, while facilitating innovation and the induction of new technology. This is a challenging balance to strike, but I'm confident that my colleagues who are addressing this very scrupulously will be able to facilitate things to your satisfaction. To play this role effectively, we are acutely aware that the CBSL, as the regulator, needs to be proactive. We have to be agile and forward-looking. We are aware that the regulator needs to be in a position to lead rather than follow. We look forward to working closely with you to achieve the right combination of technological advance and stability. Governance standards, internal controls, risk management and compliance, including AML CFT, must also evolve to keep pace with the rapid change. None of us can afford to remain in our comfort zones, merely indulging ourselves in mechanical box-ticking exercises. This forum is held at a timely moment when there is a rise in the fintech industry all over the world, giving rise to exceptional customer experiences and service delivery with the advent of new technologies such as smart KYC, blockchain, big data, cloud services, analytics, etc. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka is fully supportive of digitalization and the use of new technologies, and in fact promotes a cashless society through the use of new payment mechanisms such as mobile apps, QR code payments, and the internet. But all these are required to be compliant with the prevailing acts and regulations of the Central Bank and the country. In order to support this initiative, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, together with Lanka Clear, has established the payments and settlements infrastructure in the country, positioning Sri Lanka as one of the leading countries in South Asia in the payments and settlements landscape by rolling out real-time 24/7 economic fund transfer systems, efficient custom payment systems, mobile payment wallets, etc. We are proud to say that the efficiencies of some of our retail payment products exceed the efficiencies of similar products prevalent even in countries like Singapore. This minimizes economic costs from the payments clearing lag. With the popularization of electronic fund transfer and payment systems, banks will have less physical cash withdrawals, paving the way for banks to maintain a higher cumulative balance in their accounts, which would finally lead to more opportunities to allocate funds for the investment purposes, thereby contributing to the faster development of the country. Less cash withdrawals also mean that the rate of deterioration of currency notes and the rate of reprinting these notes is reduced, leading to huge cost savings for the country as printing currency notes with the necessary security features is a very costly exercise. The central bank is seeking to achieve a cashless society, a less cash society, by creating, here again, a balance between regulation and innovation. It is the institution that is ultimately responsible to the people and the government of the country for the safety and security of currency as well as the monetary management of the economy. But this vision can be achieved only through cooperation of all players in the finance and banking ecosystem. As you are all aware, cybercrime is an ever-present and increasing threat. Last year, ransomware became the favorite attack methodology. Petya hit the Ukrainian central bank and other government departments this year before spreading to at least 60 countries. Botnet, a robot network of compromised computers, has been targeting the Internet of Things. There is therefore an imperative need to promote a culture of security among all operative functionaries, cutting across administrative gradings. Threat intelligence must be given the highest priority. The focus of the risk management framework should be shifted toward conducting good cyber due diligence and assessments, implementing proper detection controls in order to enable the organization to stay ahead of industry regulations. Response to any cybersecurity regulatory requirement will not force a drastic overhaul of existing security programs of financial institutions if individual institutions stay abreast of meeting the challenges that are constantly emerging. Therefore, you as CIOs have an immense responsibility in taking advantage of the opportunities and meeting the challenges of today's world of rapid change. The CIOs are the people who are at the forefront of implementation and compliance. The right balance of innovative technological change and regulation must be embraced. This would lead to a digital citizen, a digital government, and a digital country. The acceleration of the metabolic rate of the global economy has profound implications for all consumers, businesses, and governments. Advancing technological changes force us to rethink the way we approach and manage information, the way we define, monitor, and respond to competition. These advances also create opportunities for reinvention and growth. Last but not least, I would like to state that CIOs of the finance and banking industry and the central bank as a regulator should walk this challenging journey together. I have spoken about within a cooperative and mutually supportive framework. We look forward to working with you. Thank you very much.